Welcome, future legal innovators and digital pioneers. Step into the cutting-edge field of cyber law at the Department of Cyber Law. In an era where technology is reshaping our world, the intersection of law and the digital realm has become more crucial than ever. We are proud to announce that this revolutionary department was founded in 2023 by two distinguished scholars, Professor Said Guliamov and Professor Islanbek Rustembekov, with invaluable support from the Ministry of Justice of Uzbekistan. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I, Professor Said Guliamov, will be delivering today's lecture on Cyber Law, Lection 1, Fundamentals of Cyber Law, Part 1. We'll explore the genesis and core principles of cyber law, delving into its sources and the unique aspect of digital legal relations. Prepare to unravel the complexities of this rapidly evolving field as we examine the subject and objects of cyber law, setting the foundation for understanding the digital legal landscape. Genesis, concept, and subject matter of cyber law. The emergence of cyber law in the 1990s marked a pivotal moment in legal history. As shown on the slide, this field arose to address the unique challenges posed by cyberspace. The commercialization of the Internet and the U.S. Telecommunications Act of 1996 were catalysts in its development. Graham Smith's Internet law and regulation laid crucial groundwork, while landmark cases like Reno v. ACLU shaped its trajectory. Cyber law's scope expanded rapidly, encompassing online privacy, digital contracts, cybercrime, and content regulation. This evolution reflects the dynamic nature of digital technologies and their profound impact on society. The field's genesis demonstrates law's adaptability in the face of technological revolution, establishing a new legal frontier to govern the digital realm. Expansion of cyber law. The expansion of cyber law since its inception has been nothing short of remarkable. As illustrated on the slide, the field has evolved to address a myriad of new challenges posed by technological advancements. The early 2000s witnessed a surge in national cyber law enactment, tackling issues from electronic signatures to data protection. The rise of e-commerce necessitated specialized legal frameworks, while Web 2.0 and user-generated content platforms introduce complex questions of intermediary liability and content moderation. Today, cyber law grapples with cutting-edge issues like AI regulation, blockchain technology, and data breaches. This continuous evolution underscores the field's dynamism and its critical role in shaping our digital future. Scholars like Rustad and Koenig emphasize the ongoing need for legal frameworks to keep pace with rapid innovation. Scope of cyber law. The scope of cyber law is vast and multifaceted, as depicted on the slide. It intersects with numerous legal practices in the digital realm, from e-commerce and data protection to cybercrime and digital intellectual property. This expansive reach reflects the pervasive nature of digital technologies in modern society. Cyber law applies traditional legal principles to novel digital contexts, exemplified by the adaptation of contract law to click-wrap agreements. It addresses both public and private law issues, ranging from government surveillance to domain name disputes. Key areas include online contract formation, consumer protection in digital transactions, and the responsibilities of Internet service providers. The field's breadth necessitates a holistic understanding of both legal principles and technological concepts, highlighting its interdisciplinary nature. Diverse subject in cyber law. The diverse subjects encompassed by cyber law, as outlined on the slide, mirror the complexity of our digital ecosystem. From regulating Internet infrastructure through organizations like ICANN to addressing data protection with frameworks like the GDPR, cyber law touches every aspect of our online lives. It tackles cybercrime and cybersecurity, intellectual property issues in the digital realm, and the admissibility of electronic evidence. Emerging areas such as AI, blockchain, and IoT regulation showcase the field's forward-looking nature. The Oxford Handbook of Cybersecurity underscores this diversity, highlighting cyber law's role in addressing social media platform issues, online advertising practices, and legal challenges posed by autonomous vehicles and drones. This expansive scope reflects the pervasive influence of digital technologies on modern society and the law's crucial role in governing this new frontier. Core principles of cyber law. The core principles of cyber law, as presented on the slide, serve as guiding beacons in the digital legal landscape. Technological neutrality ensures the law's relevance across evolving platforms, while network neutrality safeguards against discriminatory internet traffic management. The principle of intermediary liability protection is crucial for fostering innovation in online platforms. Data minimization and consent form the bedrock of modern data protection regimes. Lawrence Lessig's influential concept of code as law highlights how cyberspace architecture itself can regulate behavior. These principles, along with emerging concepts like digital sovereignty and privacy by design, collectively shape the development and application of cyber law. They provide a framework for legislators, courts, and practitioners to navigate the complex challenges of the digital age, balancing innovation with individual rights and societal interests. Sources of cyber law. The sources of cyber law, as illustrated on the slide, reflect the multifaceted nature of our digital world. International treaties like the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime establish global standards, while national legislation such as the U.S. Computer Fraud and Abuse Act forms the backbone in many jurisdictions. Case law, particularly in common law systems, has been instrumental in developing cyber law principles, with landmark decisions like Google Spain via EPD shaping digital rights. Soft law instruments, including OECD guidelines, contribute significantly to the field's development. Industry self-regulation, exemplified by ICANN's role in Internet governance, plays a crucial part in shaping cyberspace norms. This diverse array of sources underscores cyber law's dynamic nature, drawing from traditional legal instruments while adapting to the unique challenges of the digital realm. Key actors in cyber law. The landscape of cyber law is shaped by a diverse array of actors, as shown on the slide. National governments lead the charge in enacting and enforcing cyber laws, with the U.S. at the forefront through legislation like the DMCA and CISA. International organizations such as the ANT, ITU, and WIPO contribute to global norms and standards, fostering international cooperation in cyberspace governance. Regional bodies like the EU have created harmonized frameworks, exemplified by the far-reaching GDPR. Tech companies and industry associations wield significant influence through lobbying and governance participation. Courts and tribunals, particularly bodies like the European Court of Justice, play a crucial role in interpreting and applying cyber law, making impactful decisions that shape digital rights and regulations globally. Challenges in cyber law. The challenges facing cyber law, as outlined on the slide, are as complex as the digital environment it seeks to regulate. A primary hurdle is the application of territorial laws to the borderless realm of cyberspace, leading to intricate jurisdictional conflicts. The rapid pace of technological advancement often outstrips legal frameworks, creating regulatory gaps in emerging areas like AI and blockchain. Balancing online anonymity with law enforcement needs presents an ongoing dilemma. The global nature of the Internet complicates efforts to harmonize cyber laws across diverse legal systems and cultures, resulting in regulatory fragmentation. Enforcing cyber laws across jurisdictions poses significant practical challenges, particularly in cross-border cybercrime cases. These multifaceted challenges underscore the need for innovative legal approaches and international cooperation in the digital age. Cyber law's interaction with other legal disciplines. Cyber law's interaction with other legal disciplines, as depicted on the slide, showcases its transformative impact across the legal landscape. Contract law has been reshaped to accommodate electronic contracts and digital signatures, exemplified by the UNT Convention on Electronic Communications in International Contracts. Intellectual property law has adapted to address online copyright infringement and domain name protection, with WIPO's Internet treaties modernizing copyright for the digital age. Criminal law has expanded its purview to tackle cybercrime, while privacy and data protection laws have undergone a revolution. Epitomized by the GDPR, international law grapples with novel issues like state-sponsored cyber attacks, as explored in the Tallinn Manual. This cross-pollination of legal disciplines highlights cyber law's role as a catalyst for legal innovation. driving the evolution of traditional legal frameworks in response to digital challenges. Role and importance of cyber law. The role and importance of cyber law, as summarized on the slide, cannot be overstated in our increasingly digital world. It serves as the regulatory framework for the vast digital landscape, addressing a diverse array of legal issues arising from information and communication technologies. The field's dynamic nature reflects the constant evolution of technology and its profound societal impact. Cyber law principles interact with and shape the very architecture of cyberspace, as scholars like Lessig and Reidenberg have noted. Its global impact is evident in international relations, trade, and the protection of digital age human rights. As new technologies emerge, cyber law will continue to face novel challenges and opportunities for development. Its significance in legal education is paramount, equipping future legal professionals with the tools to navigate the complex intersection of law and technology, ultimately shaping our digital future. Fundamental principles of cyber law and their role in regulating digital relations. Fundamental principles of cyber law. In the rapidly evolving digital landscape, the fundamental principles of cyber law serve as our compass. As shown on the slide, these principles form the bedrock of digital regulation, guiding legislators, courts, and policymakers through the complex terrain of cyberspace. Key categories such as technological neutrality, network neutrality, and intermediary liability protection have emerged as crucial pillars. These principles, as noted by Jonathan Clough, form the bedrock upon which the edifice of cyber law is constructed. Their evolution since the Internet's early days reflects the dynamic nature of digital technologies. Brian Craig's observation that these principles provide a lens to understand the intersections of technology, law, and society underscores their significance. As we navigate the digital frontier, these principles continue to shape the regulatory framework, balancing innovation with protection, and ensuring the digital realm remains both vibrant and secure. Technological neutrality. Technological neutrality stands as a cornerstone of cyber law, ensuring its resilience in the face of rapid innovation. As highlighted on the slide, this principle ensures legal provisions remain applicable regardless of specific technologies. Bert Jobcook eloquently defines it as the idea that law should not discriminate between technologies that are functionally equivalent. The EU's Electronic Commerce Directive exemplifies this principle in action, allowing for electronic contracts without specifying technologies. The Canadian Supreme Court's decision in Entertainment Software Association v. SOCAN further illustrates judicial interpretation of this concept. However, as we venture into the realms of AI and blockchain, lawmakers and courts face the challenge of balancing neutrality with addressing specific technological risks. This principle serves as a crucial guide in crafting flexible yet effective cyber laws, adapting to technological advancements while maintaining legal consistency. Network neutrality. Network neutrality, a principle that ensures the democratic nature of the Internet, stands at the forefront of cyber law debates. As illustrated on the slide, it mandates equal treatment of all Internet traffic, regardless of source, destination, or content. Tim Wu's articulation of this concept advocates for an open Internet where ISPs don't discriminate. The EU's Open Internet regulation enshrines these principles, while the US approach has seen fluctuations. The landmark case Verizon v. FCC challenged the FCC's authority to enforce net neutrality rules, highlighting the ongoing legal battles in this arena. Proponents argue it's essential for preserving innovation and online freedom of expression, while critics contend it may stifle network infrastructure investment. This principle's significance in shaping the future of Internet communications cannot be overstated, as it continues to be a focal point of regulatory discussions worldwide. Intermediary liability protection. Intermediary liability protection, a principle crucial for maintaining the Internet's open and participatory nature, takes center stage in cyber law. As shown on the slide, this principle shields online platforms and service providers from legal responsibility for user-generated content. In the US, Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act provides broad immunity, while other jurisdictions adopt varying approaches. Landmark cases like Zeran v. America Online, Inc. in the US and Google France v. Louis Vuitton and the EU have clarified the scope of this protection. However, this principle faces ongoing challenges in content moderation and online harm prevention. The delicate balance between platform immunity and responsibility for user-generated content remains a hot topic of debate. As we continue to navigate the digital age, this principle remains fundamental in shaping the legal landscape for online platforms and services. Data protection and privacy principles. Data protection and privacy principles stand as guardians of personal information in our digital age. As illustrated on the slide, key frameworks like the OECD privacy guidelines and the EU's GDPR have set the global standard. These principles encompass purpose limitation, data minimization, and consent, empowering individuals with control over their personal data. The concept of privacy by design emphasizes proactive integration of privacy protections into technological systems. Landmark cases, such as Google Spain v. AEPD, have significantly shaped these principles, demonstrating their real-world impact. As digital technologies continue to evolve, these principles serve as crucial safeguards for individual rights in the cyber domain. The ongoing challenge lies in balancing data protection with innovation and security, requiring continuous legal and ethical considerations to keep pace with technological advancements. Freedom of expression online. Freedom of expression online, a fundamental human right, faces unique challenges in the digital realm. As shown on the slide, balancing free speech with other rights, such as privacy and protection from hate speech, remains a complex task. The US case Reno v. ACLU established strong protections for online speech, while the European Court of Human Rights in Delphi v. Estonia upheld certain restrictions, illustrating the diverse approaches across jurisdictions. Online platforms' content moderation policies have emerged as de facto regulators of speech, raising questions about the privatization of censorship. The concept of collateral censorship highlights the intricate relationship between intermediary liability and free speech. As we navigate the evolving digital public sphere, this principle remains crucial in safeguarding democratic discourse and individual liberty, requiring careful consideration of diverse cultural and legal traditions. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has emerged as a critical pillar of cyber law, reflecting the growing threats in our interconnected world. As highlighted on the slide, key legislation like the EU's NIS directive and the US Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act form the legal backbone of our digital defenses. The CIA triad, confidentiality, integrity, and availability, serves as the core principles guiding cybersecurity efforts. High-profile data breaches have underscored the legal implications of inadequate security measures, pushing the concept of reasonable security to the forefront of legal debates. The role of encryption in cybersecurity raises complex questions about balancing security with law enforcement needs. International efforts to establish norms of responsible state behavior in cyberspace highlight the global nature of this challenge. As cyber threats continue to evolve, cybersecurity principles remain fundamental in shaping legal and policy responses to protect our digital assets and infrastructure. Digital identity and authentication. Digital identity and authentication principles stand at the forefront of establishing trust and legal certainty in cyberspace. As illustrated on the slide, key legislation like the EU's eIDAS regulation and the US ES-IGN Act provide legal recognition for electronic signatures and digital identity services. The eIDAS regulation's 3 levels of electronic signatures offer a nuanced approach to digital authentication. However, challenges extend beyond mere verification to issues of anonymity and pseudonymity, crucial for free expression but complicating law enforcement efforts. The concept of digital personhood raises profound questions about the legal status of online identities. Biometric authentication, while offering enhanced security, presents privacy concerns that demand careful consideration. As digital interactions become increasingly prevalent, these principles play a pivotal role in ensuring the integrity and legal validity of online transactions and communications, necessitating ongoing legal adaptation. Jurisdiction in cyberspace. Jurisdiction in cyberspace, a principle grappling with the borderless nature of the Internet, presents unique challenges to traditional legal frameworks. As shown on the slide, approaches like the effects doctrine and targeting approach have emerged to establish jurisdiction over online activities. The minimum contacts concept, adopted for Internet cases in Zippo Manufacturing Co. v. Zippo.com Inc., introduced a sliding scale based on commercial activity. Landmark cases like Yahoo Inc. v. LICRA and Google Inc. v. Ecostech Solutions Inc. highlight the complexities of enforcing national laws on global platforms. International efforts, such as the Hague Conference's work, address cross-border litigation issues. The controversial approach of data localization has emerged as a means of asserting jurisdiction over digital information. As online activities continue to blur traditional boundaries, this principle remains a critical area of development in cyber law. Interaction of cyber law principles. The interplay of cyber law principles forms a complex tapestry that guides the regulation of our digital world. As illustrated on the slide, these principles interact in multifaceted ways, sometimes reinforcing and sometimes conflicting with each other. The challenge lies in balancing these principles in practical application, promoting innovation while protecting rights and ensuring security. Their dynamic nature reflects the ongoing technological and societal evolution, necessitating constant reassessment of legal approaches. As new technologies emerge, these principles serve as crucial guideposts for cyber law development and interpretation. They provide a holistic framework for addressing the multifaceted challenges of regulating cyberspace. Moving forward into the digital age, these fundamental principles will continue to shape a fair, secure, and innovative digital environment, balancing the interests of individuals, businesses, and society at large. Sources of cyber law, international act, national legislation, ethics, and precedents. Overview of cyber law sources. Navigating the complex terrain of cyber law requires a comprehensive understanding of its diverse sources. As illustrated on the slide, these sources range from international treaties to national legislation, case law, and soft law instruments. The interplay between these sources forms an intricate network, with international treaties often influencing regional and national laws. James Grimmelman aptly notes that identifying and applying these sources is challenging due to rapid technological advancements and cyberspace's global nature. This complexity stems from addressing both traditional legal issues in a digital context and novel challenges unique to cyberspace. The hierarchy of cyber law sources involves a delicate balance between international and national frameworks, reflecting the tension between global interconnectedness and national sovereignty in the digital realm. As we delve deeper into each source, we'll uncover the nuanced ways they shape our digital landscape. International treaties and conventions. International treaties serve as the bedrock of global cooperation in cyberspace. As shown on the slide, the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime stands as a landmark treaty, requiring signatories to adopt legislation criminalizing unauthorized computer system access. The WIPO Internet treaties extend copyright protections to the digital realm, adapting intellectual property laws to the online environment. Human rights treaties, once confined to the physical world, are increasingly applied to safeguard online rights. The Tallinn Manual represents a significant effort to articulate how international law applies to cyber operations. However, the effectiveness of these instruments often hinges on national implementation and interpretation. The challenge lies in applying traditional international law principles to the fluid and borderless nature of cyberspace, a task that continues to spark debates among legal scholars and policymakers alike. Regional agreements. Regional agreements play a crucial role in shaping cyber law, offering tailored solutions to contextual challenges. As highlighted on the slide, the European Union leads the way with comprehensive frameworks like the GDPR, NIS Directive, and Cybercrime Directive. These instruments set global benchmarks for data protection and cybersecurity. In Southeast Asia, the ASEAN Framework on Personal Data Protection provides guidelines, reflecting the region's unique digital landscape. The African Union Convention aims to harmonize cyber legislation across the continent, addressing the specific needs of its member states. While these regional approaches allow for nuanced solutions, they also contribute to the fragmentation of global cyber law. This diversity underscores the need for comparative analysis, revealing varying levels of development in regional cyber law frameworks and highlighting the ongoing challenge of balancing regional specificity with global consistency. National legislation. National legislation forms the backbone of enforceable cyber law, translating international principles into actionable domestic frameworks. As illustrated on the slide, key examples include the U.S. Computer Fraud and Abuse Act and China's cybersecurity law, reflecting diverse approaches to digital governance. Many countries have adopted existing laws to address cyber issues, while others, like Brazil with its Marco Civil Internet, have enacted comprehensive cyber laws. This patchwork of national legislation highlights the ongoing challenge of harmonizing domestic laws with international standards, particularly evident in areas like data protection. The application of these laws often reveals a fundamental tension between territorial jurisdiction and cyberspace's borderless nature, especially in cases involving cross-border data transfers or online content regulation. This tension underscores the need for innovative legal approaches that can effectively govern the global digital commons while respecting national sovereignty. Case law and judicial precedents. Case law and judicial precedents play a pivotal role in shaping cyber law, particularly in common law jurisdictions. As shown on the slide, landmark cases have significantly influenced various cyber law domains. The Zippo Manufacturing Co. v. Zippo.com Inc. case exemplifies how courts have applied traditional legal concepts to cyberspace, developing a sliding scale test for personal jurisdiction based on website interactivity. These judicial interpretations often bridge the gap between static legislation and rapidly evolving digital realities. However, courts face ongoing challenges in adapting legal principles to novel digital contexts, sometimes leading to conflicting approaches across jurisdictions. The establishment of specialized cyber courts or tribunals in some jurisdictions reflects the growing recognition of cyber law as a distinct legal domain, requiring specialized expertise to navigate its complexities. Soft law instruments. Soft law instruments, while not legally binding, wield significant influence in shaping cyber law norms and practices. As highlighted on the slide, the OECD guidelines on privacy have played a crucial role in influencing global data protection laws. Industry standards and best practices often serve as de facto norms, filling gaps where formal legislation lags behind technological advancements. ICANN policies exemplify how soft law can effectively address specific cyber law issues, particularly in Internet governance. Corporate policies and terms of service agreements, though often overlooked, significantly impact online user rights and behavior. The interaction between soft law and hard law in cyber governance is complex, with soft law instruments often influencing the development of binding legal norms or being referenced in court decisions. This dynamic interplay offers both flexibility and challenges in the rapidly evolving digital landscape. Ethical guidelines and professional codes. Ethical guidelines and professional codes play a crucial role in shaping the normative framework of cyber law. As shown on the slide, the ACM Code of Ethics provides essential guidance on ethical computing issues, influencing both practice and policy development. Professional bodies in information security and data protection promote ethical standards that often serve as precursors to legal frameworks. These guidelines are particularly valuable in addressing novel situations in cyberspace, such as the ethical implications of AI in decision-making processes. The incorporation of ethical considerations into cyber law education reflects the growing recognition that technical expertise must be complemented by a strong ethical foundation. As cyber law continues to evolve, these ethical guidelines serve as a crucial complement to formal legal sources, providing normative guidance in areas where law may be ambiguous or absent. Technical standards. Technical standards are increasingly functioning as quasi-legal norms in the cyber domain, bridging the gap between technology and law. As illustrated on the slide, standard-setting bodies like ISO establish technical benchmarks that carry significant legal implications. The GDPR's reference to state-of-the-art security measures implicitly incorporates evolving technical standards into legal compliance frameworks. Courts and regulators often consider adherence to relevant technical standards when assessing legal compliance or liability. This intersection of technical and legal realms presents both opportunities and challenges. The rapid evolution of technology necessitates ongoing dialogue between technical experts, policymakers, and legal professionals to ensure alignment between technical standards and legal frameworks. As cyber law matures, the role of technical standard as a source of legal norm is likely to grow, particularly in areas where traditional legal mechanisms struggle to keep pace with technological change. Customary international law in cyberspace. Customary international law is emerging as a significant source of cyber law, shaping norms of state behavior in cyberspace. As highlighted on the slide, the UND group of governmental experts reports have articulated potential norms for responsible state conduct in the digital realm. State practice is gradually shaping these cyber norms, as evidenced by responses to major cyber incidents like the 2007 Estonia attacks. The Tallinn Manual represents a significant effort to articulate how international law applies to cyberspace, though it remains non-binding. Establishing opinio juris in the cyber context presents unique challenges due to the covert nature of many cyber operations. As state practice evolves, customary international law is likely to play an increasingly important role in addressing novel cyber challenges, particularly in areas where formal treaties are absent or insufficient. Interplay of cyber law sources. The sources of cyber law form a complex, interconnected tapestry reflecting the multifaceted challenges of the digital age. As illustrated on the slide, navigating these diverse sources challenges legal professionals, policymakers, and scholars alike. The dynamic nature of cyber law necessitates continuous adaptation as new technologies reshape the legal terrain. The interplay between these sources can lead to conflict, requiring careful analysis and balancing of legal and ethical considerations. This complexity demands a multidisciplinary approach, combining legal expertise with technical knowledge and ethical awareness. As we move further into the digital age, these diverse sources will collectively shape the evolving framework for governing the digital realm, striving to balance innovation, security, and individual rights. The future of cyber law lies in our ability to harmonize these diverse sources into a coherent and adaptable legal framework. Subjects of cyber law relations, peculiarities of legal status and classification. Overview of cyber law subjects. The digital realm has given rise to a diverse array of cyber law subjects, each with its own unique characteristics and challenges. As shown on the slide, these subjects range from individuals and legal entities to ISPs, governmental bodies, NGOs, and even emerging AI systems. This diversity reflects the complex nature of online interactions in our increasingly connected world. James Grimmelman aptly notes the challenges in identifying and classifying these subjects due to cyberspace's anonymous and borderless nature. Lawrence Lessig's influential observation that code is law highlights how the very architecture of cyberspace shapes the behavior and legal status of these online actors. This concept underscores the need for a nuanced understanding of how technical design influences legal frameworks in the digital age. As we delve deeper into each subject, we'll uncover the intricate web of rights, responsibilities, and legal challenges that define cyber law relations. Individuals in cyber law. Individuals stand at the heart of cyber law relations, navigating a complex landscape of digital rights and responsibilities. As illustrated on the slide, the legal framework governing individuals online has evolved significantly, with the EU's GDPR notably enhancing digital rights, including the much-debated right to be forgotten. The US case of Carpenter v. United States marks a pivotal moment, recognizing heightened privacy protections for cell phone location data. This ruling underscores the evolving nature of privacy in the digital age. The protection of minors online remains a critical concern, addressed by legislation like COPPA. As we venture into virtual realm, the legal implications of online personas and avatars raise complex questions about identity and liability. The case of Bragg v. Linden Research, Inc. exemplifies the challenges in applying traditional legal concepts to virtual environments. Legal entities in cyber law. Legal entities face a myriad of obligations and liabilities in the digital sphere, navigating a complex regulatory landscape. As shown on the slide, e-commerce laws like the EU's Electronic Commerce Directive govern online business responsibilities, while data protection laws such as GDPR impose significant obligations on data controllers and processors. The contentious issue of platform liability for user-generated content, highlighted by cases like Delphi SV Estonia, continues to shape the legal landscape. Corporate responsibility extends beyond data protection to cybersecurity, with high-profile data breaches leading to significant legal and financial consequences. The emergence of virtual organizations and DAOs presents novel legal challenges, pushing the boundaries of traditional corporate law. As we move forward, the legal framework for entities in cyberspace continues to evolve, addressing new challenges posed by rapid technological advancements and changing online behaviors. ISPs and intermediaries. ISPs and intermediaries occupy a unique and often precarious position in cyber law relations, balancing the roles of neutral conduit and active participant. As highlighted on the slide, their legal status is significantly influenced by the mere conduit concept, which limits liability for transmitted information. The USDMCA's safe harbor provisions exemplify this approach. However, social media platforms face increasing scrutiny, as evidenced by Germany's Network Enforcement Act. The L'Oréal Salvi eBay International Act case clarified the limits of intermediary liability in the EU context. The ongoing debate surrounding Section 230 of the U.S. Communications Decency Act underscore the evolving nature of intermediary liability. Notice and takedown procedures have emerged as a critical mechanism for addressing illegal content online, striking a balance between free expression and legal compliance. As online intermediaries grow in influence and complexity, their legal status continues to evolve. Governmental bodies and regulatory authorities. Governmental bodies and regulatory authorities play a pivotal role in shaping and enforcing cyber law, adapting traditional governance structures to the fluid digital realm. As shown on the slide, specialized cyber regulatory authorities like the US FCC and UK's ICO oversee various online activities, while traditional agencies have developed specialized cybercrime units. The concept of digital sovereignty has gained prominence, with some countries implementing extensive internet control measures. International participation through bodies like the Internet Governance Forum highlights the global nature of cyber governance. Legal challenges to government surveillance practices, exemplified by the Schrems cases, have led to significant reevaluation of international data transfer agreements. Moving forward, governments face the ongoing challenge of balancing security imperatives with civil liberties protection and innovation promotion in the rapidly evolving digital economy. NGOs and advocacy groups. NGOs and advocacy groups emerge as powerful shapers of cyber law policy, standing at the forefront of digital rights defense and public awareness. As illustrated on the slide, organizations like the Electronic Frontier Foundation and Access Now play crucial roles in advocating for privacy, free speech, and innovation in the digital realm. Their involvement in landmark cases and policy-making processes has significantly influenced legal precedents and regulations. The varied legal status of NGOs across jurisdictions impacts their ability to engage in cyber advocacy and litigation. These organizations provide essential legal assistance and education on cyber issues, bridging the gap between complex legal concepts and public understanding. Campaigns in areas like net neutrality demonstrate their ability to shape public opinion and influence policy outcomes. As we navigate the evolving landscape of cyber law, these organizations remain essential in ensuring that legal developments align with principles of human rights, democracy, and social justice. International organizations and standard-setting bodies. International organizations and standard-setting bodies play a crucial role in shaping the global cyber law framework, fostering cooperation across borders. As shown on the slide, entities like the International Telecommunication Union contribute to the development of global cyber norms and standards. Regional organizations, exemplified by the EU, create harmonized cyber law frameworks that influence global practices. Technical standard-setting bodies like IETF and W3C developed protocols with far-reaching legal implications. ICANN's multi-stakeholder model for Internet governance highlights the complex interplay between technical management and policy making in cyberspace. These international bodies face the ongoing challenge of ensuring representation and legitimacy in their decision-making processes. As cyber law continues to evolve globally, these organizations remain at the forefront of addressing transnational challenges and fostering a cohesive international approach to digital governance. AI entities and autonomous systems. The emergence of AI entities and autonomous systems as subjects of cyber law presents unprecedented challenges to our legal frameworks. As highlighted on the slide, debates around AI legal personality and responsibility attribution for AI actions are pushing the boundaries of traditional legal concepts. The legal implications of AI-generated content and inventions raise complex questions about intellectual property rights in the digital age. The EU's proposed AI regulation exemplifies efforts to adapt existing frameworks to address the unique characteristics of AI entities. The concept of electronic persons suggests a potential future where AI systems could have specific rights and obligations, fundamentally altering our understanding of legal subjectivity. As AI technology continues to advance at a rapid pace, courts and legislators face the ongoing challenge of adapting legal principles to address the unique capabilities and potential risks posed by AI entities in the cyber domain. Cross-border and multinational entities. Cross-border and multinational entities pose significant challenges to traditional jurisdictional principles and regulatory frameworks in cyber law. As illustrated on the slide, cases like Google LLC, CNIL highlight the tension between global internet services and territorial legal systems. International legal principles such as comity play a crucial role in navigating these complex jurisdictional waters. The extraterritorial scope of modern data protection law, exemplified by the GDPR, illustrates the expansive reach of contemporary cyber regulations. Data localization requirements add another layer of complexity for multinational entities operating in multiple jurisdictions. As digital services continue to transcend national boundaries, the regulation of cross-border and multinational entities remains a critical challenge in cyber law. This evolving landscape necessitates innovative legal approaches and enhanced international cooperation to effectively govern the global digital ecosystem. Conclusion: diversity of cyber law subjects. The diverse ecosystem of cyber law subjects reflects the complex and multifaceted nature of digital interactions in our interconnected world. As we've seen throughout this lecture, cyberspace's global reach, rapid evolution, and potential for anonymity profoundly shape the legal status and responsibilities of these subjects. From individuals navigating evolving digital rights to AI entities challenging traditional legal concepts, each subject contributes to the intricate tapestry of cyber law relations. Understanding these subjects and their interrelationship is crucial for effective cyber law practice, policy making, and scholarship. As we move forward, the development of adaptive legal frameworks becomes increasingly necessary to address emerging technologies and behaviors in the digital realm. The future of cyber law lies in our ability to uphold fundamental principles of justice, equity, and human rights while addressing the unique challenges presented by our ever-evolving digital landscape. Objects of cyber law relations, digital assets, information technologies, and their specifics. Introduction to cyber law objects. In the realm of cyber law, objects possess a uniquely intangible nature that challenges our traditional legal concepts. As illustrated on the slide, these objects encompass digital assets, information, and technologies, each presenting its own set of legal complexities. Lawrence Lessig's profound observation that code is law underscores the transformative role these digital objects play in shaping cyberspace's legal landscape. The evolution of cyber law objects mirrors the rapid pace of technological advancement, with new forms constantly emerging and pushing the boundaries of existing legal frameworks. As Jonathan Zittrain aptly notes, the plasticity of cyber law objects challenges our fundamental understanding of property and control. This dynamic nature of cyber law objects forces legal scholars to grapple with complex questions of ownership, protection, and transfer rights, often finding traditional legal principles insufficient to address these novel digital entities. Digital assets in cyber law. Digital assets represent a fascinating frontier in cyber law, encompassing a diverse range of intangible properties with digital value. As shown on the slide, this category includes cryptocurrency, NFTs, domain names, and virtual property in online games. Sharon Hartan's definition of digital assets as electronically stored content or online accounts with financial or sentimental value captures their essence. The legal nature of these assets blurs traditional property concept with novel digital rights, giving rise to the concept of virtual property rights. The Claimant v. Wright case exemplifies the complex ownership questions surrounding digital assets. Smart contracts introduce an additional layer of complexity with their automated, self-executing nature. The challenge of classifying digital assets for legal purposes remains significant, as they often straddle multiple categories like currency, security, and intellectual property, reflecting the ongoing struggle of regulatory approaches to keep pace with rapid technological innovations. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain-based assets. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain-based assets stand at the forefront of legal innovation in cyber law. As highlighted on the slide, their legal status varies globally, reflecting the uncertainty in classification and regulation. Japan's Payment Services Act, for instance, recognizes cryptocurrencies as legal property, while the EU's proposed MiCA regulation aims to create a comprehensive framework for crypto assets. The process of tokenization further complicates this landscape, with security tokens blurring the lines between traditional securities and digital assets. The U.S. SEC's framework for digital asset analysis attempts to bring clarity to this complex field. Decentralized finance platforms introduce new questions about liability and regulatory oversight. The high-profile SEC v. Ripple Labs case underscores the ongoing debate surrounding unregistered securities offerings in the crypto space. Tax treatment adds another layer of complexity, with varying classification across jurisdictions. Non-fungible tokens and digital collectibles. Non-fungible tokens have emerged as a revolutionary form of digital asset, presenting unique challenges in cyber law. As illustrated on the slide, NFTs are blockchain-based assets with unique identification codes, often representing ownership of specific digital or physical items. The legal implications of NFT ownership are complex and multifaceted, as exemplified by the Dapper Labs NBA Top Shot case. Key issues include the distinction between NFT ownership and underlying intellectual property rights, potential conflicts between NFT owners and copyright holders, and liability for counterfeit or infringing NFTs. Consumer protection concerns arise regarding the exact rights conferred by NFT ownership. The tax treatment of NFTs varies across jurisdictions, adding another layer of complexity. Environmental legal issues associated with NFT minting and trading have also entered the legal discourse, potentially leading to increased regulatory scrutiny of NFT platforms and practices. Domain names and online identifiers. Domain names and online identifiers serve as the digital addresses of the Internet, representing valuable business assets and raising complex legal questions. As shown on the slide, ICANN's Uniform Domain Name Dispute Resolution Policy governs domain name disputes, providing criteria for resolving conflicts between trademark holders and registrants. The legal nature of domain names has been subject to significant judicial consideration, as evidenced in cases like Claimant v. Cohen, which recognized domain names as intangible property. Trademark issues frequently intersect with domain name disputes, exemplified by the Panavision v. Token case. The expansion of top-level domains has introduced new legal complexities. Cybersquatting led to the creation of the U.S. Anti-Cybersquatting Consumer Protection Act, addressing bad faith registration of domain names. Emerging issues include the legal status of subdomain leasing and domain parking. Information as a cyber law object. Information stands as a critical object in cyber law, encompassing personal data, trade secrets, and public sector information. As highlighted on the slide, the General Data Protection Regulation has significantly shaped personal data protection, defining it broadly and establishing comprehensive rights and obligations. The concept of information ownership in cyberspace presents unique challenges due to its replaceability and simultaneous possession by multiple parties. Deep data and data mining raise concerns about privacy and consent, with regulations like GDPR imposing restrictions on automated decision-making. Balancing data protection with other rights, such as freedom of expression, remains a complex legal challenge. The emerging concept of information fiduciaries suggests a new legal framework for entities collecting and processing personal information, reflecting the increasing recognition of data as a valuable and sensitive digital asset in our interconnected world. Software and computer programs. Software and computer programs represent a critical category of cyber law objects, subject to multiple layers of legal protection and raising complex issues. As shown on the slide, copyright law serves as the primary protection mechanism, with the Berne Convention establishing international standards. Patent protection for software remains a contentious issue, with varying approaches across jurisdictions. Open source licensing challenges traditional software ownership concept, introducing new models of collaborative development and distribution. The rise of software as a service models shift the paradigm from ownership to access rights. AI and machine learning algorithms present unique challenges regarding liability and patentability. Lessig's concept of code as law highlights the regulatory function of software architecture itself. As software technologies continue to evolve rapidly, they challenge existing regulatory frameworks, necessitating adaptive and technology-neutral legal approaches to address emerging issues in this dynamic field. IoT devices and networks. The Internet of Things represents a burgeoning category in cyber law, blurring the lines between physical and digital realms. As illustrated on the slide, IoT devices pose unique privacy risks due to their ubiquitous data collection capabilities and the challenges surrounding user consent. Liability issues in IoT ecosystems are complex, involving interplay between hardware, software, and network failures. The U.S. LT Cybersecurity Improvement Act addresses security standards for federal IoT devices, setting a precedent for broader regulation. Data ownership and access rights in IoT ecosystems present novel legal challenges, requiring a reevaluation of traditional concepts of property and control. The global nature of IoT networks introduces significant jurisdictional challenges, necessitating legal frameworks that can effectively address cross-border data flows and distributed infrastructures. These issues underscore the need for adaptive legal approaches to keep pace with rapidly evolving IoT technologies. Cloud computing services and virtual infrastructures. Cloud computing services and virtual infrastructures challenge traditional legal concepts, pushing the boundaries of our understanding of data location, jurisdiction, and service provision. As shown on the slide, these services blur the lines between goods and services, complicating existing legal frameworks. The Microsoft Corp. v. United States case highlights the tensions between data sovereignty and global cloud services. Cloud service agreements present unique challenges regarding service-level agreements, data portability, and termination rights. The General Data Protection Regulation addresses controller and processor responsibilities in cloud environments, setting new standards for data protection. Liability for data breaches and service interruptions remains a contentious issue in cloud computing. Data sovereignty and localization requirements significantly impact cloud service structure and operation, reflecting the complex interplay between national regulations and the inherently global nature of cloud technologies. Conclusion: the complex ecosystem of cyber law objects. The landscape of cyber law objects represents a diverse and rapidly evolving ecosystem that challenges our traditional legal concepts at every turn. As we've explored throughout this lecture, these objects, from digital assets and information to advanced technologies, necessitate a reevaluation of fundamental legal principles surrounding property, ownership, and rights. The global nature of many cyber law objects presents significant jurisdictional challenges, calling for unprecedented levels of international cooperation in legal frameworks. As Jonathan Zittrain aptly notes, the plasticity of cyberspace is both promising and perilous from a legal perspective. Moving forward, the key challenge lies in balancing innovation with legal certainty, ensuring our regulatory approaches can keep pace with technological advancements. The ongoing efforts to identify, classify, and understand cyber law objects remain crucial for effective legal analysis and regulation, shaping the digital future of our interconnected world. Thank you for attention.